Aloha, good morning. For those of you who I haven't met yet, my name is Tyler Whitley. I'm Taft class of 2004, and this is actually my first time speaking at morning meeting. So I'm an admissions officer at Taft. I'm also proud to be the head football coach here as well. We, the football team, are here today to speak about our trip to Hawaii. So, 34 members of the football team, 5 coaches, and our athletic trainer set off on August 20th on a journey to Honolulu, Hawaii. The 50th state is made up of 8 islands, and we spent 7 days on the island of Oahu, also known as the gathering place. And during that time, we experienced Hawaiian culture, competed against a Hawaiian high school football team, and bonded together as a family. 5 practices and an early morning beach workout, snorkeling, swimming, a learning experience at the Polynesian Cultural Center, remembering those that were lost at Pearl Harbor, learning the hula at Paradise Cove, doing community service, competing in a scrimmage, and cheering on our new family of Farrington High School in a game. All were amazing events. But what the team left with couldn't be captured by any one event. Hawaii is a special place, and the spirit that was shared with us, the generosity of the people, and the openness and willingness to accept us, the aloha spirit, is what really left an imprint on all of us. So just how far is Hawaii? Well, it's right there, literally in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. We left JFK Airport from New York City and flew nonstop 11 hours to Honolulu. There's a 6-hour time difference between New York and Hawaii. As you can see from the map, it's out there. All right. Before I took the trip, I knew the Hawaiian Islands were far, but I had no idea how far. Hawaii is over 2,400 miles from California. So that's the distance between New York and California. So the question I get a lot is, why? Why did you go to Hawaii? Why take this big trip? What are the reasons for doing this as a unit? Well, besides being paradise, there are 4 distinct reasons why we undertook this trip. The first was for building of the program. Football is a unique game. It is the ultimate team game. Success is predicated on 11 players relying on each other to do their job on every play. If one fails, the play often fails, and thus the team fails. It is a game that values and requires a lot of different type of people. Big, small, quick, strong. Every body type has a purpose in football. It's also a tough game. We refer to the constant film, practice, meetings, hitting, conditioning as the grind. All right? It's not easy to put your body and your will on the line in a one-on-one physical battle every day. Football has evolved to become America's true pastime, and no sport is sensationalized and championed or judged more in America or in American media. In most places in America, the high school football team, for better or for worse, has an impact on the community as a whole. When a team is winning, it can galvanize and unify a community. When a team is not, it's easy to criticize. For the past 5 years that I've been head coach, 45 kids at Taft each year commit to playing a sport that is rigorous, demanding, and at times unforgiving. We strive to represent Taft, our community, on and off the field. Our ultimate goal is to compete and make you all proud of our efforts. Though in recent years the team has not reached our goals in terms of final record, we've competed in the top league in New England. And we are proud to have sent 18 players to play at the Division I level, including schools such as UVA, Duke, Dartmouth, Princeton, Brown, Cornell, Carnegie Mellon, Wesleyan, Bowdoin, Georgetown, just to name a few. This was football's first trip ever, and we figured we would go big. And through all their hard work, the boys deserved it. This trip was not only undertaken for the current players, but the past players, who you see there, who gave their all, and future players who will join the program. We often talk about representing the name on the front of our jersey in the 126 years of football history that precedes this team. We represent Taft, and we give all for you. Our hope is to receive your respect and your support. Compete. One of the core beliefs and tenets of our team is that we must compete in everything that we do. This is a picture of us versus Farrington High School with Honolulu in the background. A beautiful brand new field that the Farrington High School put in this year. It's really a focal point of their community. We believe that everyone has a place on our football team. If you're willing to compete and maximize your effort in every drill, then you've done your job, and you are just as important as the best player on the team. Here you can see our beach workout. Another shot of us playing against Farrington. I'll go back here. Hawaii is known for having great high school football, and one of our goals in taking this trip was to compete against some of the best. Not only did we compete against each other in practice, but on a 7 a.m. beach workout in the sand. We were able to scrimmage Farrington High School. Farrington is a public school in Honolulu comprised of 2,400 kids. It's 99% minority students, and 60% of the school qualifies for free or reduced lunch. In short, it is a very different place than Taft. Farrington had recently built this new stadium that you just saw, and were proud to show us what they had built. Not only did we compete against these dedicated athletes and perform very well, but we were able to build a special bond with this group, and several of the boys will speak to this a little later on. Learn. Learn. Hawaii is a very unique place, both in geography and in culture. From hulas to luau's, recent history at Pearl Harbor and ancient history at the Pali Lookout, we wanted to learn and experience what Hawaii was all about. All in. Besides competing and learning, a big goal of the coaching staff was to grow as a team and build a lasting camaraderie. We hoped that the vast distance, the constant challenge, and the stepping out of our comfort zones would bring us together. It did. Our motto this year is all in. All in, the term comes from poker, as we are betting all of our chips. We are going all in. It's about total commitment to the team when we are together. No team and no organization can accomplish anything without the utmost commitment from its members. As Del Norte's high school coach Bruce Brinkley describes, most people don't go all in because they're scared, because it's going to hurt if you fail. Giving all of yourself and coming up short is painful. It's easier to commit halfway and brush off defeat. But when people come to grips with the cost of ultimate commitment, the rewards are worth the pain it took to get there. Brinkley says, once you go all in, you've won and you don't even realize it. The all-in mentality built in Hawaii has led to a unified team and a big opening win last Saturday over perennial power Salisbury by the score of 42-20. Lastly, connect. When Rev G and I first spoke about the idea to going to Hawaii, we were both excited about building connections between our players and Hawaiian high schoolers, between our school and the people of Hawaii. And our people that helped set up the trip in Hawaii had the same sentiment. We met some amazing people that the team will never forget. Paul, who you'll hear about later on, Esther from our tour company, Nate, who helped set up the entire trip, and the parents and players of Farrington High School. One of the most amazing experiences of my coaching life took place after our scrimmage. After we had just finished competing and fiercely battling against each other, we gathered hand in hand in a circle in the middle of the field, 100 strong, unified by their love of football. The Farrington captains led us in a Hawaiian chant. As it was completely quiet and the wind was blowing just so, and the boys began to sing, it was a surreal experience. After our scrimmage, we shared a meal of kailua pig and other Hawaiian specialties, and a perfect rainbow appeared. Then it began to rain, and if you've ever been to Hawaii, you know that there's this little mist that occurs in the afternoon every now and then. It's a nice cooling experience. We expected this. Instead, when we saw our Hawaiian friends running, we knew we were in trouble. It rained hard. We picked up our plates and sprinted underneath an overhang where we sat together and ate, Farrington and Taft together. Then an amazing unifying moment occurred. 2 Farrington players pulled out a guitar and started to sing. So more and more players joined in. Friendships were being made. Somehow a sing-along morphed into a dance competition. Here they were, student athletes from very different backgrounds, brought together through football and friendship, being kids. I'll never forget this. This experience and the time we spent in Hawaii left a mark on me and the team as a whole. At this point, I knew the trip was worth every ounce of energy that we had put in. We would now like to have several of our seniors share a brief reflection of their experience and some of the values that they learned while they were in Hawaii.
Aloha, I'm Matt Schwartz. All right, our trip to the Polynesian Cultural Center is definitely something we will never forget. We were able to learn about the history and traditions of not only Hawaii, but Fiji, New Zealand, Samoa, Tahiti, and Tonga. The Cultural Center highlighted how each island is so diverse, yet there's a sense of unity between cultures. Visiting the Cultural Center also taught us that many members of our ohana have hidden talents.
We got to try something different when helping play the drums and also speak in my language. Very easy. If I say, Abe, 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 Abe.
All right, you can play this one. In closing, the Cultural Center was a great experience for our team. It taught us about Polynesia through dance and song, and ultimately brought us closer as a team. Mahalo.
The following day, the team traveled to Pearl Harbor to learn more about national culture and enjoy another unique Hawaiian experience. We started off with a brief tour of the grounds and an explanation of the mounting tensions of the time leading up to the bombing. After touring the grounds and prior to the main event, we were shown a video explaining the sacrifices and lives given on December 7th, 1941. Much like the sacrifices made by our very own team, we were left to see the positive impacts that came from this grit and hardship. Finally, we all boarded a boat and visited the memorial suspended over the USS Arizona. Seeing the ship seemingly frozen in time underwater was an eerie reminder of the lives given on that day. After paying our respects, we all boarded the bus and returned home with a new sense of gratitude.
Aloha, Taft. My name's Zane. In Hawaiian culture, aloha is the word for love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy. Aloha is deep-rooted in Hawaiian culture and is much more than a word for the people of Hawaii. It is a value, one of unconditional love, a value that is embedded in the community and passed down through generations. Being in Hawaii and being able to immerse myself in the aloha spirit firsthand was an incredible experience. The comfort I felt while I was there was all due to the kindness of the people of Hawaii. Everybody I met truly valued the importance of the aloha spirit, and it led to an overall great trip. It wasn't an unfamiliar feeling of comfort, though, as the Taft community also embodies and embraces the aloha spirit. I'd like to thank you all for coming out and allowing us to share such an incredible experience, and I look forward to seeing you all support us under the lights on Saturday as we get our second win at home over Williston. Mahalo.
Hi. Please excuse me, I'm a little sick. The Ho'okipa is the value of hospitality. The Ho'okipa spirit is everywhere in Hawaii. From the moment we got off the plane, we felt it. We were greeted in open arms by Paul, shown here. We stole this from his Facebook. This is him with a minion. He's not the minion, he's the guy in front of the minion. They greeted us with open arms. Even though it was their job, there was something real special about the way they took us in and made us feel welcome. They weren't just doing it because it was a job. They did it because they wanted to do it. They made sure we felt at home. They shared their culture with us despite not knowing who we were or really anything about us. We were also welcomed by Farrington High School. The meal after the scrimmage, along with the singing, as Coach mentioned, really made us feel like we were part of the Farrington family. The whole Occupy spirit is alive here at Taft. I think we pride ourselves on being a welcome community, and it's something I felt the first day I was here, and something I still feel today, and I think that we strive for as a community. It's an important value that I'm grateful that we have here. Mahalo.
Aloha. All right. So, Pono in Hawaiian culture means being perfect, alignment, and balance with all things in life. When a person experiences Pono, they have a feeling that all is good in their life and live with righteousness and integrity. So how does this relate to football? As a team, we aim to play tough but also with integrity. We respect our opponents, but most importantly, we respect every single member of our team and our community. The other part of Pono is the importance of having proper relationships in your life. This year's team is the closest I've been on during my 4 years at Taft. Our bond that started in Hawaii has grown and translated onto the field. This past weekend, we beat traditional powerhouse Salisbury 42-20 and plan on doing the same this weekend to Wilson. Finally, I'd like to end by showing a video of Farrington High School, whose team welcomed us with open arms and perfectly embodies the idea of Pono. Thank you. Mahalo.
Johnny Depp once said, "If someone were to harm my family or a friend or somebody I love, I would eat them." I might end up in jail for 500 years, but I would eat them. As cannibalistic as Depp may seem, he's right. Everyone in this audience would walk barefooted on Lego blocks to protect their family. Trip or no trip, Taft football is a family. For us, football is more than just a game where sweaty boys bang into each other's heads. It's a brotherhood that goes beyond the football field. Our trip to Hawaii cemented the fellowship felt between us as we quickly became one cohesive unit with our eyes set on the same goal, a championship season. There's no other group of loudmouth, rambunctious, disorderly, and wild guys that I would want to call my brothers. But that's truly what family is all about: love, togetherness, leadership, living in the moment, and the will to do whatever it takes for one another in order to succeed as a team and not as an individual. And always remember, ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So what's next? First, continue to build this connection with Hawaii, with Farrington, with everyone that we met there. Second, other sports teams. We'd love to see volleyball or baseball or another team take advantage of taking this trip and continue to build this connection between Hawaii and Taft. Third, Farrington High is already making plans to come visit Taft in September of next year and scrimmage us in September. Okay. The last two, spread the aloha spirit. Okay. We're striving for a unified ohana. And one of the things that I love about Taft is that we are all so close, that we truly are a family. And we would love to welcome you to our ohana. Let's go through this year as a unified group of faculty and students. Finally, as was mentioned multiple times, we'd love to see you out there on Saturday, and as we represent R. Ohana. We appreciate your support. Mahalo, and thank you.
Here we go. Take 3. Give an M, A. Give an L. Give an O. Give an H. Give an A. It doesn't stop.